Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Craft Beer Nation's Friday Night Hangout. This is episode number 143, and tonight we're going to be talking about beers with fruit added. Excuse me. Before we get started, I want to let you know, remind you that you can find us here at Google+, but you can also go to our website, craftbeernation.org or craftbeernation.beer. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram. You can listen to our Pints and Quarts podcast on any FeedBurner, Stitcher, iTunes, any place you go to find podcasts, you can find us. Just do a search for Craft Beer Nation. So, with that started, we're joined by a panel tonight. We have Gil Mello, Charles Dunkley, Doug Nolan, Lola Laracy, Tom Snyder, and just joining us, we have Victoria Perrigan. How are y'all doing tonight?
Great.
Very good.
Good, how are
you? I am doing well. I am getting over a cold, and the only thing that's left is this dry cough that won't go away, but we'll work our way around it. So, beers with fruit added. Some people say, y'all remember? I think someone made this post earlier in the week or made a comment on it. It said something like it was a commercial a long time ago with like Triple H on the commercial, and they were all sitting around the table. I think they were drinking Miller Lite.
Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, Burt Reynolds.
Yeah.
And they were talking about man laws, and one of the man laws was no fruit in beer. And I was like, back then the commercial might have been funny, but now I'm sitting there like, you guys are drinking Miller Lite. Shut up.
Well, fruit in beer is something as old as modern beer. Since what we understand by beer nowadays, there's fruit addition. I think Germany and Ireland are the ones who stopped using fruit because of their purity laws and stuff like that.
Americans, we got to try to make beer seem super duper macho when, come on, be real. And as part of that machismo, we can't have fruit because men don't eat fruit.
But that's a misconception. I bet a lot of people drink beers with fruit. They don't know it's fruit. Like peppers are fruit. So if you have a pepper stout or a spice, habanero stout, that's a fruit beer.
Or like beers with raisins, like just raison d'etre, that has raisins, right?
That's right.
So.
But yeah, they're quick to point out fruit flavors in beers. You're drinking a quad. Oh, get all these dark fruits and plums and cherries and man. Go ahead, Gil. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but what you just said now, it's because Belgian beers are the ones who really took adding fruit to beer at a different level, right? Raspberries and stuff like this. I think in the US, I think probably pumpkin is top fruit used for for beer.
Oh, it depends on where you are. If you're in Tucson, Arizona, and you happen to go visit Borderlands Brewing, you can get a beer made with a prickly pear, which is a fruit from a cactus.
That's right.
Little tie-in to last night's Pints and Quarts episode.
Yeah.
A lot of saisons are made with cucumber, which is also a fruit.
I did not like the cucumber saison from
Cigar City.
Cigar City, yeah, I hated it. I actually didn't seem to care for it.
I love cucumber.
Oh, I thought that was awesome.
I love that beer. Yeah.
I didn't like it either. Anyway, Gil, what are you drinking tonight? Since you're the first one on my screen.
I'm drinking Hardywood Virginia Blackberry.
What? Imagine that.
Yeah, Hardywood, they pride themselves on using a lot of local ingredients in their beers. This is a Belgian white. So basically, it's kind of a farmhouse kind of beer. I like the beer. I just think I used to say that there's no time for style and stuff, but I can see this beer to be in a hot summer day would go really well, because you look in this, the blackberry and things, and you think, oh, this looks like a luscious, heavy beer, but it's actually a very nice light beer. The blackberry is not very forward. It's there on the back, but it's not big, which is maybe the reason I like it. There's a nice flavor. Not a lot of funkiness to it. There's a little bit of funkiness, but drinks well. Um, it's a 6.8. You know, it's not high, but it's not low either. So it
Hmm.
just very pleasant, very nice, very summery beer. I mean, I'm already at the end of this big bottle here, and I barely noticed that I drank this beer. It's very
So
solid if you like that style.
when I first had that beer, I didn't read the bottle very well, and as a matter of fact, I don't think I'd ever seen the bottle at that point. But I got a sample of it. They were doing a pouring, like a little beer festival or whatever, and I was thinking that their reserve series at the time, I was thinking that reserve series was going to be like all stouts, right? Because they got the gingerbread stout, they got the raspberry stout, and so I saw that beer and I was like, oh, this is going to be good. This is going to be a blackberry stout. And I was like, that raspberry stout was amazing because there was so much good raspberry flavors. They put blackberries in a stout. That's going to be great. And then they pour my sample and I'm like, what? That's not a stout. And then I look at the bottom and I'm like, oh, it's a saison. Not my favorite style. So then I tried anyway, and I'm sitting there thinking that okay, the blackberries are about to jump out and be, I'm gonna have blackberry juice, falling down my chin. Nope. I love Hardywood Park, but that beer didn't do it for me.
Yeah, and that tells how much variety of taste. Sometimes we bash a beer that's not necessarily bad. At least this, I would have a different view than you. I actually disagree with you. It's a very nice beer. It's only 12 IBUs, so it's like drinking a carbonated. I don't want to use the word soda because I think I'm gonna offended then, but it's very light, very drinkable, and I can see this to be people that doesn't like heavy on your face beer or wants to get into drinking craft beer slowly. This is gonna be a really good beer to introduce people to craft beer. But I like saisons. I like Belgian whites. I like that kind of flavor. So it's very appealing to me as a beer. I wish it was a little warmer. It's
Yeah.
not that warm in my basement.
How long have you had that bottle?
This is fresh. I bought it as soon as it came out, so it's probably a couple months old. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't.
Go ahead.
They don't, do they?
I can look
Oh,
here.
yeah, it says-
It's a 2014 release, and they do have a date. I know they. It's. Let's see.
Yeah, mine says 2015
July
release.
July 22nd. That's when they brewed. They got the bottle. But I'm in PA. Things normally get here when they got overbrewed, and then they just ship it over to PA.
Oh, that's
works.
nice.
Just kidding.
You're the clearinghouse.
It's a whole pint. I mean, this is a 9.4. Yeah, like 9.4 ounces. So it's a big bottle.
Yeah.
But I'm practically done with the bottle, and it just went well. Really, really nice. I love that. I think it's very balanced.
It seems like it'd be good, like if you've had a heavy meal and you don't want a heavy beer, so you would drink that.
Yeah, especially considering it's a saison. It'd probably be a good it would probably complement a dessert well. Like if you had like a nice blackberry cobbler or something like
That's
that.
what I was thinking. And now
Yeah,
I want some.
That beer would probably be killer with it.
But if you eat fish or some light meat, something that it's very delicate and you don't want to overpower the taste. I think that would go along very well. I could see replacing a white wine very easily.
Yeah.
That's all, folks. I have.
All right.
You guys are all so very quiet tonight. It's like,
I know, right? It's
I'm absolutely sober. Okay, let me truth time. Okay, I have not drank a thing except for the.
wait,
few
let me
ounces that I took.
offend Doug on the chat. Maybe he start talking.
Charles, you're up next on my screen.
All right. I am drinking from Grimm. It is their Still Life.
Hold on. Let me.
It is called
Okay.
Grimm.
It's the name of the brewery or the beer?
No, that's the brewery. It's actually, they're out of Brooklyn. and they come up with all the recipes in their house, and then they travel around to different breweries and do the actual brewing at all different breweries all over the place. This it says on the bottle it's a farmhouse ale brewed with apples, and on their website it says it's a tart apple grisette. It's 3.8 ABV, only 6 IBUs.
That is right.
Yeah, and a 4 SRM.
That's a style I know nothing about. A grisette.
Yeah. They have a little description here. I'll read it because it's pretty short.
They should have called it the Blue Bot Weissen beer.
Yeah. It says grisette is grisette is a crushable, thirst-quenching historical Belgian ale, originally brewed to refresh coal miners at the end of a long day.
Wait. The description says it's crushable?
Yeah. Yep.
What is that? Wait, you mean like it doesn't come in cans?
It's easy drinking.
Are they saying you should crush the bottle?
No, and it says it's a funky farmhouse ale produced with a mixed culture fermentation, and then Red Jacket apple cider from the Finger Lakes, where I am, lends seasonal flavor, while Spelt provides a rustic grain character. And it says this unboiled, unfiltered ale is dry hopped with German Hallertau and Czech Saaz.
That is funny to me.
It's really nice. It's light. It reminds me a little bit of a Goza. It's got that tart sourness to it.
And it looks like a Goza too.
Yeah, this is really, really good.
Sounds very interesting.
Yeah, this would be a good summer beer.
It's like so that's a theme so far with y'all, with you and Gil.
Yep.
Gil's rocking the saison with blackberry. Charles rocking the grisette with apple.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks refreshing.
Trying to say we're drinking.
Oh, it is very, very
refreshing. Is that what you're trying to say?
I didn't say that. The theme between you two guys is beers that would be really, really good if it were summer or spring.
You just have that tone on your voice that says like 100 words.
You guys.
And unknowingly to me, it's not only people from New York City, but they're using the cider from the Finger Lakes. So it's a double local for me.
There you go.
It's truly
Cool.
local.
Yeah.
It's a 2-story local beer.
Yep.
Exactly. And that means I guess we'll never get any because I guess it's only New York, right?
I don't have no idea what their distribution is. They brew all over the country, so I don't know if their beers are.
They're gypsies.
Areas are.
Never heard.
I've never heard of them either.
Never.
Charles, have you ever seen anything else or had anything else from them?
Yeah, I've had one of their other beers. They just came into our area pretty recently. I think sometime last year.
Okay. Do they tell scary bedtime stories?
No, they're all these very different, artisanal ales, they call them. But they do have an imperial stout I want to get.
Did anybody catch that? It's called a Grim.
Yep. Yeah, I
Never.
got it.
Thank you, Charles. Doug Nolan,
What's happening?
what drinketh thou tonight?
I am drinking the 2014 gold medal winning American fruit beer raspberry stout from Hardywood Park.
Yay!
Yummy!
Imagine that. What?
Got some Hardywood going on.
I love that beer.
And I really do like it this year. Like I feel like when I've had it in the past, I wasn't a huge fan of it, but I mean it's delicious. It's very raspberry sweet up front and that nice kind of smooth chocolate finish from the chocolate malt and the cocoa nibs, and it's really, really good.
So what's the fruit again that you have in there?
Raspberry.
Raspberry.
Okay.
So, Doug, let me ask you this. Have you had Big Luscious?
I have not had Big Luscious.
Okay. I was about to ask you for the comparison.
Yeah, I thought that beer was so sweet when I had it.
What, Big Luscious or raspberry?
Yeah.
Oh.
Remember we had a conversation I had at that Hardywood Park where they gave me that glass actually that they.
No, I mean it's definitely sweet, and it's one of those things. I think there's a lot of hit or miss on beers specifically with like raspberries, because I don't know, like I've got a lot of people that I know around here that have this beer, or if Jeffrey Davis was here, he's had it. But Lindley Park from Old Hickory does a bourbon barrel aged stout with raspberries, and it's very, very, very raspberry forward. And my buddy gave me a bottle, and he gave me his second bottle because he couldn't stand it. It was so raspberry sweet. But this one, it's pretty. You're not gonna mistake the flavor. The raspberries are there. You're gonna get them right up front and forward, and then it kind of falls off into that nice smooth chocolate. It's got really nice body to it, and actually it hasn't even been in the refrigerator. It's been in my garage. So
it's like 22 degrees there right now.
Well, but it's in the garage. It may be like 40. But it's never really even been refrigerated. So now it's been out of the garage and in the house for the last like 30 minutes. So it's warmed up pretty nice. So it's.
I think I sent Boris one of those beers last year, and he described it, I thought, perfectly. He said it tastes exactly like a chocolate covered raspberry.
It does.
It does.
One of those. Yeah.
And as it warms up, not that it's the temperature hasn't changed a whole lot from when I first cracked it up until now, but in that short period of time, like the raspberries are really, you get more of the raspberry flavor and not necessarily the sweetness from the raspberries. I think the sweetness kind of fades a little bit as it warms up.
Yeah.
When I had that beer, they served it so cold to me, and I had told the girl, "Can you give me another beer while this warms?" And she got confused, and I'm like, you give me a beer that is like freaking cold. It's like freezing my hand. Give me something that is. You're gonna give me something cold. Give me something else for a while.
So with a beer like with like that raspberry stout, I don't know if anyone here knows definitively, but do you think they use like super duper? I think they mentioned this when we hung out when we had them on Pints and Quarts, but super duper ripe raspberries in the fermenter. Is that what they said they did? Does anybody remember?
The bottle says local late season red raspberries.
Okay.
So.
I don't know.
But I wonder.
They have this. They I know they comment. They have this rendling system that a lot of their beers they kind of rendle it in a rush. They rush the beer through the stuff, right? I'm not sure if they do this with every beer they have, or it's just some of the beers.
Okay.
Because the raspberry, I think you should sit for a while. I don't know if you can just get flavor just by pushing it through. Right?
And especially so if they get late harvest raspberries, and they're gonna be loaded with sugars, right? So it's definitely gonna come across as sweet with that, and probably with a much stronger raspberry flavor too. So rather they rendle it or rather they put it in a fermenter, you probably with late season you're probably gonna get a ton of flavor regardless of which method you use, I think.
Does any of you ever brewed with raspberry or blackberry or any of those berries?
Nope.
No.
Go ahead, Doug.
I've only used I think it was. Well, I used blackberries in my mead, but I used cherries in my sour.
I've used cranberry.
I remember that nobody
juice.
will forget that.
What'd you say, Gil?
Nobody will forget the Doug's sour. Is that the one you gave us, the raspberries?
Oh man, yeah. Doug, how long did that thing ferment? Like a year and a half, or?
Yeah, it was in the fermenter for about 18 months, 12 months, or it was in there for about 12 months, and then about 6 more months on after I added the cherries.
I had a plastic surgery to remove the puckering.
What was it called? Release the Kraken, or?
Release the Kraken.
Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
That bad boy was tis art.
It's a little sour.
Yeah.
Just a
That's
bit.
Lola Lola. Hola Lola.
Hola, Randy. Well, I'm enjoying my beer.
Her name is Lola. I know that's the wrong song.
I prefer the Keith song, but it's okay. Whichever's fine. I'm drinking New Belgium, the Transatlantic Creek Lips of Faith series. Now, I thought the Lips of Faith series were always collaborations. I guess I'm wrong about that.
I thought the same thing, Lola. I'm not gonna lie.
Unless Transatlantic is a brewery, I don't know.
I thought that beer was
Like
a collaboration with. I thought it was a collaboration with a brewery in Europe.
It doesn't
I'm-
say anything.
To the Googles.
So look it up, and
That would explain the transatlantic name too, right?
yeah,
Right.
maybe that's a brewery. I don't know. It's really weird.
But the other one would be
Because they
overseas.
call a Lambic like a B-E-K, right? That's how they pronounced it.
It's a B.
Lambique, Lambique.
Yeah, I remember that they write Lambic and then
It was
way.
it was brewed with in connection with Boons in Belgium. It's like-
Oh.
It began life in the oaken vessels
All right.
Frank
So,
Boone's brewery.
so I may never go to Belgium
Doesn't
or
look-
wherever.
Doesn't Google make us look all smart?
It does.
Which, if you're a fan of Belgian sour beers, get any Boon you've ever seen because it's good.
So it's different from Boone's Farm?
A little bit.
Because I was well versed with that back in the 90s. I had me some Boone's Farm.
Little bit different.
Little
I
bit
double
different.
fisted Boone's Farm and woke up with it next to me. So anyway,
Unopened, trying to figure out why you passed out, huh?
no, very open and very drank.
I think I may have
yeah.
woke up with it on me.
I'm pretty sure I did. Well, I woke up literally like this, double fisted.
Nice.
One was pink and one was white. Anyways, so that was fruity, huh?
It's with just raspberry and cherry.
Raspberry and cherry?
Mm-hmm.
This says just cherry. This, y'all gonna get me to read. It says 45% ale. I need some reading glasses. I'm at that age now. I need me some.
I know. It sucks, doesn't it, Lola?
I know. I'm like, and it's like black text against this green background, and it's freaking kids. Oh, here it is.
So here's a technical question. Is a creeks are normally lagers? Are they all lagers, or they can be lagers or ale?
Well, this I don't know that.
A creek is a creek is a ale. A creek is
It's
a
an anal.
what?
Oh man.
Marcus picked the best
that
time to show
a
up.
a creek is a lambic with cherries added.
Oh,
There you
okay.
go, Lola.
Well, that makes sense because it has cherries, and
Is
it
it
says,
good?
huh? I love it. It reminds me, it's less sweet than like the Lindermans, which I love the Lindermans. I know I'm on the outside with that, but I love the Lindermans because it's.
I
just
like
fun.
you too, Lola. You're not alone.
Okay, good. Because there's nothing like nothing like drinking like the sweetest thing in the world and just just relishing
Oh
it.
gosh.
But anyway, so this is very tart. It's very cherry forward. Definitely get the cherry, and you can definitely see it. I mean, you can see that cherry.
It's red.
It is red. But it's not too sweet. I really like it. I gave it a 4.5 on Untapped because personally, I would like it to be a little sweeter because I'm the weird one who likes sweet. And also, the more I think about it, I wish it had more of an ale body. It's pretty light bodied, which is nice. I mean, it would be a summer beer too. I think it's not as heavy bodied as I prefer.
Okay.
A
Do
little
with that
off,
what you will.
a little off of subject, but whoever is doing the website for New Belgium, man, they're doing such a good job. This website's so beautiful. I'm like a little kid looking at all those colorful stuff in here. It is pretty.
Okay, that was random.
Okay,
You know,
Gil.
she's drinking a
website.
Belgian. She's drinking a New Belgian, so I went to their website, and I'm just mesmerized by their website.
I've had that beer, and I was expecting it to be along the lines of like a Lindemans, and it really wasn't at all. I mean, the sweetness. Well, Lindemans has like a sweet tart almost thing going, and this one right here was just tart.
It's just tart.
Yeah,
It's like
and it's what?
it's. I made a noise.
Oh,
A puckering noise.
How many La Folies they release every year? There's more than one,
Well-
right?
No, there's only one lawfully.
But they're different styles, right? Like they have a sour brown
Nope.
ale. They have
It's all they're all sour brown ales.
oh, they're all sour. Oh, okay.
so
I thought
That's the question. That's the
that-
question I'd like to ask them when they're on, is why they stopped bottle conditioning lawfully, because they used to be corked and caged, and now it's pasteurized and not bottle conditioned.
And I said La Folie, and what I meant to say is a Lips of Faith series.
Oh,
That's
oh
all.
yeah, they're all.
Series. That's like that's a lot of that's. I mean, anything other than like the flagship New Belgium stuff is what's the name.
Oh,
if
okay.
you can see at the top, I have their one. The one they did with Cigar City. There it is. Can you see that?
Yes,
No.
one that it had like some type of pepper in it.
Yeah,
I think,
chili pepper. That's one of my favorites. I got that like 5 different times.
I like
I can't look at that shelf. Like you're a hoarder back there, man.
We do this thing called Loot Crate, which means we get a box of like nerd figurines every month, and so I got all kinds of stuff.
So Gil, your question was, are they all the same?
No.
style?
I was just wondering. I think Mark was answering my question. I was wondering how many like Lips of Faith they
Oh.
on that series. How many beers? Or is
There
this,
are a ton.
Yeah, there are tons.
Seriously, I mean, there's probably dozens. I would say 2 to 3 dozen at least, because all their collaboration beers are all falling in that Lips of Faith series.
11.
so? But Lips of Faith is
Yeah, there's a lot
It's
more
a-
than 11.
So, well, according to the website, you have the salted Belgian chocolate stout, the Gratzer.
Well,
the
that might be
Gruit-
current. I'm saying like in
Yeah.
the history of their Lips of Faith, they've had a lot more than 11. There's plenty that have been retired.
So La Folie is just one of the beers from the Lips of Faith series. Is that how you understand?
Yes.
Okay. 'Cause I realize that No Belgium is one of those beers that I just keep drinking, and normally brewers I will follow and kind of get whatever they make, and I don't know if it's because I have so much No Belgium around here, I just keep drinking them, but I never thought about series or what's coming out, and they just there seems to have a new beer every week from them on the shelves. Crazy.
I always go for the Lips of Faith because I really like what I've had so far.
So it looks like they have Lips of Faith Cocoa Mole,
Ooh.
the salted Belgian chocolate, the one called Ted's Beer, which is a dry hop Berliner Weiss. The one with 3 floors, the Gratzer, the Gruit. You know what? I'm not gonna read all these.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like on Beer Advocate there's 19 current ones.
Yeah.
They have, but if you look at the archived ones, looks like there's probably like, I don't know, 30.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, there's a
Coconut.
few.
Coconut curry chips, or coconut curry Hefeweizen, I mean.
That's interesting.
But anyway, Marcus, you popped into the Hangout right behind Lola. So what are you drinking?
I'm drinking a fruit beer, if you want to consumer. And then this is my first beer. If you want to consider lemon peel being fruit.
Hey, it's
Part of a fruit.
it's part of a fruit. There you go.
This is a double milk stout brewed with coffee beans and lemon peels.
A milk stout with lemon peel in it?
Yeah.
Lemon milk.
Wow.
What is called the curdled beer?
This is
Is that the two espresso, right?
espresso.
Yeah.
Oh,
Southern
I've
Tier.
had that before. It has
Yeah.
lemon in it?
Yeah.
I don't
Wait,
think
which
so.
one?
With coffee beans and lemon peel.
I did not notice that.
Which one was it?
And lactose sugar, 2 times
Two
espresso.
espresso.
Two times espresso. Or
Yummy.
Lemon and coffee.
Espresso, but they use the X to be espresso, so it's 2 espresso.
No, it's actually on 2 different lines.
Yeah, but that's how they
Two
play
times.
because they play the word express.
Two
Two espresso.
Yeah.
2x presso.
They're saving room, so they combine them. They pay by the letter. So
There's no S in espresso, so
Oh no, it's the 2 times they're using the X on the time there. To be
it's a
the
double.
X.
Yes, it's clever. It's clever. I hate when people put the letter X in espresso.
yeah.
So I refuse to call this 2 espresso.
They have other 2X things though. That's kind of
Right.
the thing they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got another 2X
IPA
in the
is good.
fridge.
Did you say that is a milk stout? Is that what it
It's
is?
a milk stout. Yes, it is. Contains the lactose sugar.
So
I
if
like
they
milk
have
stout.
if they have the 2 in front, it means that they're calling it double milk
Yeah.
stout,
It
which
is
is a
a
weird
double milk
thing.
What's the ABV on it, Marcus?
Numbers. I don't know. Hold on, let's see if I can find it back here.
7%, right? I think.
7.5.
Well,
Yeah.
that ain't
7.
too much of a double.
7.5.
Yeah, with all the caffeine. Probably don't want
Yeah,
that.
it's brewed with 2 varieties of hops and 4 types of malt. It may not be like a double in the ABV range, but I think with the number of malts they're using in it, I think they can get away with it.
So you like it? I mean, what do you think about it? Is it delicious? Is it a miss? Because a milk stout with lemon peels.
I don't know. I don't get much lemon. I don't know. Like I'm getting coffee. There's plenty of coffee here.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about it because I haven't had that beer yet, but I'm trying to think coffee and lemon. It sounds like a weird combination.
Yeah.
It seems like it would make it taste too much like lemon tea, you know? You know how people put lemon in tea?
Yeah.
No, that's different
It has
though.
a different profile though. Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, this isn't like lemon. It's not lemon juice, and it's not like whole lemons. I mean, it's lemon zest, which is a different lemon altogether. You know what I mean?
So is
people
that
put
like
orange
when
peel.
you go to a Starbucks and you order like a chocolate mint caramel latte, whatever, that kind of flavor kind of thing?
I don't know if I would go that far. But there's like a weird.
So here's my question: do you get
There's a
citrusy
weird.
at all?
There's a weird finish to it,
Okay.
but weird in a good way. Like if this is like yeah, the lemon is not on the front. The lemon is definitely in the finish.
So would you buy it again? How about that?
I'd try it.
Yeah, I'll buy it again.
Marcus, we have to rate the beer by the burp. We'll wait for him to burp, and we'll know how good the beer was. Marcus can burp the whole alphabet. You'd be amazed.
I don't know if this is going to be a burp or not. Not because of how the taste has nothing to do with the burp on this one, but never mind. There it was.
Oh shit! I was just about to say we'll be fine without it.
I don't think of coffee as being very burpable. Maybe that's it.
Coffee being very what?
Burpable.
Oh, yeah.
We're making up words now.
Yeah, Tom. What is your libation of choice on this evening?
Well, I went with the New Belgium, and they're pairing up with Red Rock. If you can pronounce that, you get a prize.
Yeah, good. If you can pronounce that, get on you.
Party Bloom.
My question is, do we allow people on a 60-degree weather to talk on this hangout at all?
Yes, absolutely. because it's actually 57 outside. Okay?
Yeah.
We get a pass today.
I haven't seen 57 in.
It was 32 yesterday morning. I'll have you know.
It's a balmy 25 here now.
I know, right? Let's see what we're twerking with.
We're on the team.
Got,
Go ahead. Sorry, Tom. Go ahead.
Charles has everybody beat.
Yeah, it's 10 degrees with. We're gonna go down to minus 24 wind chills tonight.
Oh,
Yeah.
So everybody, shut up.
Where's Michael Tangen when we need him to set
Yeah.
on the weather?
He's frozen. He probably froze a year ago. That's why I haven't seen him. He's a popsicle.
I totally remember that when I lived in Woodstock. We get down to like 20 below, and it was just so freaking cold.
It's 22 and feels like 11 here. So
If anybody else have mentioned the Woodstock, I would be surprised. For some reason, it just
just seems-
bother me.
It blew right out. I was like, yeah, Woodstock. Okay.
Well, anyway,
Natural.
anyway, Tom.
So it's 17 here.
This has got peach juice in it, and I'll tell you what, you can definitely taste the peach in it.
Okay.
Is it like shit? What's the style? Is it like just a I don't know.
A beer.
Yeah. It's a beer. It's an ale with peach juice in it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm
Okay.
thinking. So.
Is it enjoyable? Is it cooling peach?
No, it's awesome. Actually, it's gotten a little warm. I might have opened it a little too soon. I think it was a lot better when it was about 10 degrees colder. I could temp it if you want and tell you what it is now. But it's 9%, and you can't taste any alcohol in it. It just tastes like ale with peach juice in it, and I really, really like it.
Piss everybody
That
off and
sounds
just throw some.
yummy.
Piss everybody off and throw some ice cubes in it, man.
No, wait a minute. I don't have an ice cube maker.
Make
Keep
some
it-
peach tea out of it.
Keep it gully.
I've never tried ice cubes in beer. It sounds
No,
Tom,
me
would you-
neither.
Would you buy it again, Tom?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I would probably buy it behind this one, which is.
Oh, I love that beer.
Get the camera up. Get the camera up. There we go. This thing was awesome.
Yeah, I love that beer.
Oh my God! It's got lingonberry, cranberry, birch syrup, honey, cranberry juice, and herbs in it. And
that's a lot of stuff.
And you get all of that stuff too, man.
all of it. Unbelievable. The tartness of that, it was just superior.
For me, that beer is the epitome of a Christmas beer, because like at Christmas, I associate Christmas with like, from a flavor perspective, like tart berries, and I get all of that in that beer.
I haven't had that one yet. I was looking at that, but I ended up going
Grab
to
it.
Brewing.
Grab it. It's 10%. You don't taste 10% at all, and the beer just tastes good.
All right, I'll have to get that.
Yeah, Charles, if you can get that up in your
Yeah, we've got it up here. Yeah.
swing by tomorrow and pick one up. It's on me. If you don't like it, I'll buy it.
So what if he buys it, crushes the whole thing, and then tells you
I'll
that
still buy it. I'll still buy it.
All right, Vicky.
Yeah.
What are you drinking? Are you drinking a prickly pear beer?
You're probably done,
No.
aren't you?
Almost. I don't have much left. I'm having a Beta Grapefruit IPA.
I've never had that one.
I've heard good things about that beer, though.
So you know what I'm going to ask you to do, right?
One in your box.
Compare it to Grapefruit Sculpin. I know
Oh.
there's no comparison, but I gotta ask.
No, there's no comparison.
Does it even have Sculpin?
Yeah.
No, I drank my last Grapefruit Sculpin recently.
The only grapefruit I had so far that compares to the Sculpin is the Springhouse, and I wish I was hoping he had on there to give us. I was a little disappointed today, but that beer has so much grapefruit on it. Sorry, go ahead, Vicky.
I can't get Sculpin.
You can't. That's a
Nah, I
bummer.
don't get Ballast point.
It's all right. Their IPA doesn't impress me by itself, but the grapefruit's alright. It's not very strong grapefruit like the Sculpin, but you can taste it. It's more of the bitter side of the grapefruit, not the fruity side of the grapefruit.
So it's like you get the grapefruit pith,
Yeah.
kind of like the stochasticity grapefruit
Yep.
slam.
Yep. Kind of like that.
That's
Abita does a lot of fruit beers, though. They do strawberry and a few different ones, I think.
Their
Yeah,
strawberry beer is pretty good.
I just think, did you practice it on the mirror to say that word, Randy? Like when you bought the beer.
You know, I'm a big Stone fan, so I sat there at the computer and just listened to them say it over and over, so I get it right.
Yep.
Rewind, play it again.
I don't dislike Habita, but I have a problem with them because I think they are like
Really hit and
neither
miss.
bad, neither great. You know, it's
Yeah.
kind of a. I hope they would do something that would just knock me out. But, I haven't had anything from them terrible, but at the same time, I haven't had anything like great either. I don't know.
They make a pretty good bourbon barrel stout.
I have never had.
Do
that.
they bottle it?
I've
Yeah,
seen it, and I just haven't gotten around to buying it because I just don't much care for Abita.
I think
Yeah.
that they only bottle it in bombers, Vicky.
Oh, I've never seen a Beta bomber here at all.
Yeah, I mean,
If I would have been thinking I would have got a growler of the prickly pear wheat from Borderlands last night, but I wasn't prepared.
Yeah. The only ones I've seen in bombers are that one, and they have one called Andy Gator, and I think that's a
Yeah, I've had Indicator. It's good.
They
it's
also
a
have,
lager
like,
of some sort.
they also have like that SOS one.
Haven't had
No, I think Indicator's a bot.
a box of
I have
lager.
never seen that. Yeah, is that an strawberry beer? Is that what you have it on your? Is that the fruit on that beer?
On which one?
The one you're drinking?
Oh, this one's grapefruit.
Grapefruit.
The grapefruit IPA.
Yeah, they do one called SOS. It's for Save Our Shore. So I guess it's some sort of.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one. That's right, Doug. I have seen that.
SOS means
They sell it at Whole Foods.
yeah.
It's probably because of the BP spill, I would imagine.
There's
So-
Indicator.
So
has it on the indicator.
Indicator is a doppel.
The Indicator
Still a
name
lager.
is a play on
That's their big-
something.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know they make a small bottle of that. I have never seen the little chubby guys.
So, Vicky, would you buy that? Would you buy that again? Like, I mean, because Grapefruit Sculpin only comes out like maybe once a year, I think, right? I mean, would you get that in the if you had like a grapefruit fix, a grapefruit IPA, itch hankering?
If I could have found the grapefruit sculpin, I would have gone with that one. But I get this every spring just because it's, something to try.
Okay.
You know, the problem with beers like Grapefruit Sculpin is that it spoil every other beer with grapefruit out there. It's one of those beers that they got it so well done that I almost hate it
Well-
for that reason.
So wait, Grapefruit Sculpin was more like the grapefruit juice.
Yes.
So
I-
it's
Well, I think Grapefruit Sculpin is kind of like a combo because I think you still get that bitter kind of grapefruit flavor, but you get plenty of that grapefruit juice flavor too.
And the sculpin IPA is a great base for the grapefruit.
oh yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Abita, their basic IPA probably is not my favorite.
They're selling at $4.50 to $5 a bottle down here where I live. It's just,
Wow.
Grapefruit sculpin.
yeah, it's such a good beer, but $20 in the 4-pack is too much.
Oh man.
So
That is pretty high.
can anybody compare the Grapefruit Sculpin to the Grapefruit Slam from Stone?
Yeah.
Never had that.
I mean, is it comparable or is it
No.
like one is a hands down winner?
Well, they're both very good,
Mhm.
but the grapefruit sculpin is more fruity grapefruit, and the grapefruit slam is definitely the grapefruit rind, that bitterness.
So
You don't
it's
get the sweet fruitness at all.
so you can't really make like a
It's an
it's
apples
almost-
and oranges.
yeah. There you go. There you go.
Yeah,
Thank you, Charles.
Exactly what Charles said. Apples and oranges. They're two.
Apples and
I mean, they're
orange.
both grapefruit, but they're different parts of the grapefruit, so they taste
Right.
different.
Different characteristics.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'll
But
tell
they're
you what,
both very good.
the fruit beer that I most buy in quantity is Ithaca, the apricot wheat, because most of my friends don't drink a lot of craft or anything outside of their, Stella Artois or whatever. But I buy Ithaca apricot wheat, and they drink that thing like there's no tomorrow.
They think it's amazing.
Yeah, well, it's just easy. I think it's easy to drink beer. I mean, it's not great, but I guess for the people that are not used to very harsh taste or don't have the palate yet, it's amazing how they get that. I go through a case in my house very easily when I have a party. Everything else just sits.
Okay. Well, I am drinking a Founders Big Luscious.
Yummy.
Seen that.
This beer is rich.
Yeah.
I mean, Gil and I, all the time, y'all know it. We speak about, delivering on what's on the label, and it says stout brewed with chocolate and raspberries, and there's a ton of chocolate, and there's a ton of raspberry in here. They definitely deliver. I think this bottle would fare better being shared between two people because it's so much. It's so much. Whereas, in my opinion, the Hardywood Park Raspberry Stout, I mean, that one's much easier to drink by yourself, in my opinion.
That's drinkable. Or drinkable.
Yeah.
I agree.
But nonetheless, this beer is still, I mean, it's so flavorful. I mean, you get exactly what they say that you're gonna get, and it's on the mark. It's on the mark. It's a good beer.
I'm already planning my Valentine's. Is that available here in Florida?
I don't know. Do y'all get Founders?
We get Founders, but I've never seen that one. So,
Which one?
Big Luscious.
Big Luscious.
I haven't seen Big Luscious either.
Okay. Yeah, we only get like the most prominent ones. So if I can ever get that, I want that on Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
It's pretty amazing, Lola.
This sounds amazing. I love me
But
some
it is-
chocolate.
It is all that and more.
Hey, you know what? I drank a whole bomber of chocolat, Southern Tier's chocolat, and I survived.
Yeah.
But you know what? So I liken, just like Boris said, Hardywood Raspberry Stout to a chocolate covered raspberry, like literally a chocolate covered raspberry. And
Yeah.
I liken Big Luscious to, you get that Valentine candy and you bite into that one that has like that raspberry
Plain
syrup.
stuff.
Yeah, on the
Yep.
inside. That's what Big Luscious is. But in a good way. Because
But in
usually
a yummy way.
I bite those like You throw it out.
Well, on the back of the Hardywood Park one, it says raspberry stout captures the essence of a decadent raspberry truffle in liquid form.
Yep.
The
I have
raspberry,
to agree.
I'd say me a raspberry truffle. That sounds delicious.
the raspberry truffle is fine.
Do you have more raspberry on the Big Luscious than you have on the Hardwood one?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have Big
raspberry.
Luscious, and then Downers has that other raspberry beer, the Rubius.
What?
The Rubius. He's asking.
Oh.
Rubius. They have that other raspberry beer.
So yeah, you take the Rubius and you put it in a really chocolatey chocolate stout, and there's you got the Big Luscious.
Yeah,
But it was probably more like the other raspberry beer they did before Rubius. The it was in their backstage.
Yeah. Their Rubius is their session beer, right? The one with the low ABV.
I don't know.
But it's sweet.
I don't think Rubius is sessionable.
I think it's like 5.5. Yeah, it's supposed to be their summer beer, like to be very easy to drink, but
It's too sweet to be easy to drink. Unless you want to drink like Kool-Aid.
I can do it. I told you I like the Lambic, the Lindemans.
That Lindemann shit's like I mean, it's like carbonated soda.
It's
Plus your ice
diluted
cubes.
in a bottle.
Gil,
I
you're
don't
right.
even know what that is.
It's
You're right.
good.
You're right.
I mean-
Rubius is 5.7%.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could session that if you wanted to.
I suppose.
Yeah. Well,
I was
is the first beer from Founder that I had that I said, yeah, it's okay. I'm like a Tiet,
yeah.
like a big. I would
Gil is a Founders groupie.
I would cheerleader if Founders have a
It's
football
hard
team.
not to be a Founders groupie, though.
I like the Rubius, but it's really too sweet by itself. I think.
I agree, Vicky. I agree.
But it's one of those beers that I said, I'm glad it's a small bottle. I can drink that. If they put that on a bumper, I would never be able to finish.
Yeah, but you buy
Well,
a 4-pack.
I took one of the local breweries here does the white chocolate ale, so it's not as heavy as a regular chocolate stout, and I mixed that with the Rubius, and it was delicious.
Oh wow! Well, speaking of which, I was texting with Freddie earlier. Freddie usually jumps on in the after party with us, and he was saying that he mixed the Big Luscious with the Founders Breakfast Stout.
Oh.
So I'm sure that probably tempered it a little more and put it right in the sweet spot.
Yeah, I would.
Delicious too.
And big ups to Freddie Rodriguez.
Yeah, the baby.
Him and his wife just had a baby yesterday.
Yay!
You won't be sleeping for a while.
I'm fairly sure we're not going to see him tonight.
Yeah, he's not coming on tonight.
No.
He says he's going to be on next week. I know better.
I'm saying whatever. He's going to like not be around for a year.
Yeah.
That's how it was when I had my first man. I was like, all right, see you guys in 6 months.
That was my fourth, and it's still like, I'm out for a while.
All right, so going back down the line, tell us your thoughts, overall thoughts, impressions on fruit beer, and how they interact. If you think they interact better with stouts or with IPAs or whatever. Gil, go. Put the glass down.
I'm gonna put my glass down. My beautiful. Look at my new taco from Springhouse. This is such a good. But I'll say something. I think there are specific fruits for different styles of beers, and I think like brewers like 21st Amendment do an amazing job with their cucumber and watermelon. Their watermelon beer is delicious. So I was never a fan of fruit on a sweet note, I should say. But there's more than that out there, and New Glarus is a proof of how amazing beers with fruit can be. I mean, their strawberry beer is just to die for. So I'm all for it. I'm changing my mind. I was never a big fan of fruit beers with fruit addition, but just because I never had a good one. And then this last year I had many, and I'm a big beer with fruit advocate right now. I'll try anything. I might hate most, but I'll try it. So
good, man. You know what? That's what it's about. Opening your horizon and not being, even if you try it one time and you don't like it, don't shut the door to it. Try it again. Your palate might evolve.
There you go.
Charlie Dunkley.
Well, now that I've had this farmhouse from Grimm with the apple, I'm going to be looking for more like farmhouse saison beers with fruit in them. To me, it seems like a really good style to have that kind of stuff. And I like this one because it's tart. It's a tart, sour fruit.
Mm-hmm.
As far as grapefruit goes, for me, the grapefruit's at IPA territory. I mean, if you go to Lagunitas, is just a regular IPA that's got that grapefruit style hop in it without the actual grapefruit.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So I'm going to be looking for more of this year. The Belgian styles with fruit. And before you move on, I just want to mention Linda Dean's watching, and she's been drinking a Dogfish Head Midas Touch.
Linda, what are you doing
yummy.
here? You need to come to the next after party, Linda.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one with the muscat grapes, I think.
Yep.
Oh, that's one I didn't even think of. You could have had a Chateau Gihau or there's another one they have with Noble Rot or even 61.
Yeah.
So those would have been good ones. Doug Nolan.
I like the idea of the beer that I had tonight, where you get the fruit into styles that you don't typically see fruit in, like an imperial stout. I think just that kind of mix of the chocolate and the dark roast malts with that raspberry just kind of I mean, it's like dessert in a bottle, pretty much. I mean, it's got that kind of, after dinner kind of drink. But yeah, like Gil said earlier about the New Glarus, I mean, they're knocking it out of the park with some of their fruit beers. The strawberry rhubarb is just amazing.
Okay. Lola Larissy.
I like my fruit beers a little sweeter than this one. And also, this one, I like it, but it's a little too fruity. I think it could use a little more ale. I'm not quite sure where the ale went, so put a little more ale with my fruit, please.
A little more ale with my fruit, please. Lola don't like too much fruit. She wants a nice, healthy mix.
I need something strong in this, you know?
All right. Marcus.
Beer is good.
That's true.
Amen.
As,
Truer words have never been spoken. You've heard it first.
We're gonna make
Yeah.
a t-shirt out of that.
That should be our tagline. Beer is good.
so as this two-time presso warms up, the lemon is becoming a little bit more evident, and it's interesting.
And what? What's the last thing you said?
The lemon is interesting.
Okay.
I'm not sure how I feel about this now.
Yeah, lemon and coffee, I don't blame you.
Yeah. I'll be confused too.
Tom Snyder.
I'm confused just listening to you guys.
Oh, well, I would think after the Dogfish Head Vasir, I'm liking it. I like the tart notes. I'm a Jolly Rancher kind of guy, and if you can put that kind of tart note in an ale, I'm all over it.
And for the record, that beer, I think that beer was brewed off of a Scandinavian recipe.
Yeah, absolutely.
So-
It was called an ancient recipe. They dug it up out of some barrel they found in a coffin from some ancient Scandinavian princess, and still had the resins in it. They did chemistry on it and found out, lingonberries and cranberries and whatever else was in it. And I think they did a pretty good job of bringing it back, and I like it because it's a good hearty ale that's got that tart, cranberry flavor to it, lingonberry flavor to it.
Well, so they should change that beer. They should call this one company and hammer out a deal and change the name of that beer to IKEA.
With meatballs.
Great name. You should
with shitty directions on how to open the cap.
And crappy furniture.
directions. Who needs directions with IKEA?
Right.
Yeah.
Slot A goes into slot B.
Vicky.
I'm all for fruit beers. Just don't make them too sweet,
Yeah.
please.
You know she all about that fruit. No something.
No
No
sugar.
trouble.
No
trouble.
I'm not the only one who started thinking that. I was about to bust out in song, and I was like, no, they're going to think it's stupid, and it made no sense.
So my only thing with fruit beer is if you say, like, you put it on the label, if you say it's, if you say it's going to be in your beer, damn it, I better taste it. And
Please deliver what you promised.
deliver,
Exactly.
right? Don't make these broken promises to me because I'm sensitive. That shit hurts.
I know. I mean, you have this
I have one. I
expectation.
have one last thing to say. If you think fruit and beer is it's a CC thing, try Joaquin Murrieta chili pepper beer from Sequoia Brewing Company.
Chili
If you
peppers don't
survive that, then you're okay to bad mouth
Chili
your
peppers
beer.
don't count.
Chili pepper.
Well, isn't there a beer?
Chili
what was
pepper
it
is
called?
fruit, so
Ghostface Killer.
That doesn't count.
it does
Pepper
count.
beers don't count as fruit beers.
Fruit is fruit.
Well, a chili pepper is a fruit, so
It's a fruit,
it kind of does count.
Tomato beer.
That
Sure.
would be strange.
Gross.
Clamato. Go get your Bud Light Clamato.
I just threw up a little bit in my mouth.
It'd be very red.
Okay, so
I need to open a new beer. Walk us out, please.
I'm gonna walk us out. This week on Pints and Quarts on this coming Thursday, we have the one and only Kim Jordan joining us from New Belgium. So next Friday, we're going to be drinking anything from New Belgium.
I'm using a necktie next week.
Gil's gonna
God, Gil.
Gil is gonna wear
A bow tie.
a necktie with a polo shirt.
Matt Smith bow tie.
He's gonna rock the necktie with the polo shirt, and he's gonna have the top one unbuttoned. So it's gonna be real. It's gonna be funny.
That's his casual look.
So we're really excited about this week's episode of Pints and Quarts. Be sure to join us. You can watch us live if you miss it. Be sure to catch the podcast. We'll have it up the next day for you to listen to. And if you have any questions that you want us to ask Kim Jordan, please post the questions in the community. We'll try our best to get the questions in within the allotted time. So again, next week, in honor of the Pints and Quarts episodes with Kim Jordan, it's going to be New Belgium. No specific beer, just New Belgium beer. So with that, thank you for joining us. You guys rock for watching us. You know what I'm saying? Guys are on everything.
One guy.
All right.
You won.
One viewer. Okay. We love you. We love you. We love you.
Thanks, Mom.
It's all for you.
So until next week, cheers, y'all.
Cheers.